Welcome to RetroQuest, my retro video gaming podcast where I force my son to play old video games and then we talk about them 2 months later and then fuck up the intro and have to do it twice. I'm your host, Joystick Cowboy, and with me as always is the teenage prodigy Sako. How are you doing again for the second time?
Oh, I am doing great. This time I can actually say that.
Please tell me you heard the intro this time.
No, yeah, I heard it.
All right. We're doing good. We're doing good. We're rusty, okay?
We're out of practice.
How are you been, Sako, since I seen you last time a little bit ago upstairs?
I'm doing a lot better than I was when we were watching Inside Out 2, because I went to my room for the first time tonight and low-key got comfortable.
Oh, sweet. So yeah, it's been a minute. We always have the same fucking thing to say. Oh, we've had some stuff going on in life, but for real, we've had some stuff going on in life. Anyways, it's a little bit of housekeeping. I don't know. You, Sago, what about you?
Yeah, so drama. I told you guys I get busy with it, but I didn't think this busy because I don't feel like I was this busy with the last play, especially not this fast. So yeah, I've been busy like every day after school, and I have to go to work like right after I get out. So I haven't had like much time. I have Fridays and Wednesdays, and then I'm not even Wednesdays anymore because I stream on Wednesdays now. So I just have Fridays really available to me.
Yes, and with my schedule, that makes me not see my son for days.
Yeah, we see each other in passing sometimes in the morning, but even then, that's very rare. I'm
like, hey, are you done in the shower? Because I need to take a shower, and that's about our interaction.
That's our daily interaction.
Yeah. Oh man, it's we've been doing things and stuff. You got school stuff and work stuff and play stuff, and I've got work stuff and then more work stuff and work stuff. And more work stuff. But there is the silver lining in my life is that I have started a new career path, and hopefully
I spoiled it already.
Hopefully I am I will.
I think you talked about
learning day trading. I don't think I did.
I think that was when you
because it was a revelation that came upon me like 2 weeks ago. There is no way that I knew.
I might be wrong, but I swear you at least mentioned the idea. Maybe I never even knew, like, really even thought of the concept of it before. So that's not true. I used to fucking buy like $5 worth of fucking stocks on Robinhood, but those are sad days of my past now. Anyways, so video games. Have you been playing any lately? Have I, dude? It is. I think this is the first episode I can say that I legitimately like really haven't been playing games. I play Super Smash Bros with my friend during my first hour free. Like, I can't now though because he got suspended because he got into a fight. So for like the last 2 weeks, I have not played really any games besides Papers, Please in my downtime during class. That's it. No video gaming. But what about this game? I mean, I know you played it once a couple months ago. Yeah, I beat this game not that long ago. But yeah, I really haven't been playing a whole lot of video games because I've been busy with my work, and then I've been doing some, intense, learning about the day trading stuff I want to do. And then when I have been getting some video game time, and I don't know, I may have mentioned it on the last episode, but I've been speedrunning Final Fantasy VI. Yep, I remember you saying you kind of wanted to get into streaming that. Yep, I haven't really done the streaming part because I'm still getting the route down, and with all the other things, it's hard to grasp something like that because a lot of that is memorization. So I'm not constantly looking at a sheet of paper or one of my monitors that has the route on it and what I need to do. So yeah, I got you. But that's another thing that's kind of a speaking of streaming time sink. What was it? This Thursday. Oh, so yeah. Yesterday, I got an email from Twitch saying I'm invited to join the affiliate program. I haven't done it yet. because this is actually something I need to talk to you about off camera, preferably. But that's to worry about not right now, because as I said, off camera. But I got an email. I'm invited to become a Twitch affiliate. So,
that's fun. I remember when I first became a Twitch affiliate back in the day.
Part of me, well, okay, so there's two sides of it, right? Part of me is like, okay, right, like I can start making ad revenue now, right? But all it does is limit like my growth because people don't want to like watch a bunch of ads, right? Or I can grow my community more, wait to become an affiliate till I have a little bit of a bigger community so that it's not as much of a worry to try to grow too bad, you know?
Yeah, you want to grow that community before you really start pumping ads. Cause I'm gonna tell you what, if someone's only like, 50, 75% in your stream and then the ad pumps in, they're probably going to jump out and jump into someone else's stream. Like, I'll come back in a minute, but then they won't come back because they'll forget.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
That's the thing with like, I did a lot of research. The difference between affiliate and partner, like when it comes to ads, is so drastic that it's not even funny, because partners can choose if they even want an ad on a stream. They can choose not to have an ad on a stream if they don't want it.
I mean, unless you're going to put some serious work into it to generate that ad revenue and generate that income from it, all it is going to do is put some shackles on you. I know it didn't do nothing for me whatsoever besides fucking stick ads on my streams. And then, people would dip out during the ads, and then, you know what? People wouldn't come back. Some would come back, but 50% would come back, but you lose about 25% of I wouldn't say your community, but the people are just jumping in and out. 50% of them are gone the minute you start streaming ads.
Well, because I know I have a solid viewer base of at least 10. Like lately, I've been able to consistently at least hit 10 viewers for 15 minutes at a time in my stream. Like that's been a consistent thing for the last 5 streams.
You need to do is you just need to
keep trying to grow that community for now.
Set up stream on YouTube and Twitch.
I'm honestly very opposed to that idea personally, because my YouTube, I don't like streaming on YouTube. My YouTube, I'm honestly very hesitant to even post VODs there. My YouTube, I want to be more for fleshed out content.
No, then don't do that then, I guess.
Yeah, I've just been really busy to like even try to make fleshed out content. Especially like since I've been trying so hard to even like grow a community to be able to become an affiliate, whether or not I choose to.
Well, easy content is just like downloading your VODs and just editing them, take an hour, cut them up, throw a couple funny little, things in there to some zoom ins on your face or, some stupid shit like that. And you turn a VOD into like an actual video.
And I think about that a lot, but there's something about it. It lacks to me, it lacks the same personality as if I go out of my way to do a series specifically for YouTube, right? Like it's not the impression I want to give off, because people are going to know that I streamed this on Twitch, right? Like I can't really hide that fact.
Well, so
it automatically, like, to me, seems like easy, lazy content, because like anybody can edit a 2-hour video down to like 45 minutes. No matter how good it is, right? And like make it relatively interesting to watch.
Yeah, but that's going to grow. That's what grows your community, because not everybody's going to be there for your stream. And some people do want to see what you did, but they're not there. And cutting it down into like an edited, VOD makes it more accessible to people in your community that can't just make it there at that time you're streaming.
Yeah, and I do, as of now, repost my VODs at the time of streaming them. So like I always do have that option. As I said, I don't like using it as my only channel content, but right now I've just been so busy that I can't even.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying to help grow your community. I mean, you just made affiliate,
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's Mega Man X, or as it's known in Japan, Mega Manu Xuru. That is false.
Yeah,
I feel that may have offended somebody
now.
But I'm sorry for that.
It's an episode that we have to get.
I have adult ADHD and I don't take medication. I apologize.
It's okay. I had someone tell me I was faking my Tourette's today while I had a tick attack, so I know how you feel.
So, anyways, are we done talking about ourselves? Are we ready to talk about the video game?
Well, I mean, we're going to talk about ourselves playing the video game, I hope.
No, I'm just going to talk about other people playing the video game.
Oh, my bad. That's chill. Let's do it. I've never seen anyone else play this game besides myself, though, so I don't know how much I can contribute.
I've watched a few people play this game, actually.
I'm really sad because this game started to blur in with the original Mega Man, so I'm like trying really hard to separate the ideas of the two in my mind.
Well, let's break it down a little bit. Okay, so Mega Man X. What is Mega Man X? Well, Mega Man X is excuse me. Let's try this again. What is Mega Man X? Well, Mega Man X. Fuck, I fucked it up the second time. God damn it. Are you kidding me? All right, what is Mega Man X? Mega Man X is a series of action platform games released by Capcom. It is a subseries of the Mega Man franchise. And it's fucking cool. So yeah, it's basically you took Mega Man, you pump it full of Super Nintendo steroids, and then you got Mega Man X. You know,
yeah, that's a pretty good way to describe it.
I mean, it's basic. I mean, that's what you do. You take a winning formula, which was the Mega Man series. I mean, by the time this game came out, the Mega Man series was like an annual series. Like I remember, like once Mega Man 2 came around, I became aware of it, and then I became aware of Mega Man 3 like a year later. I was like, oh shit, that's that same game. And then I went to the rental store. I remember it was like a year later, not even a year later. I think it was like just 9 months down the road or something, maybe. And I was like, fuck, Mega Man 4. And then what do you know? Mega Man 5. And then Mega Man 6. I think Mega Man X may have came out before Mega Man 6, but I could very well be wrong on that. I just remember my brother having this game after I had Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Or I mean, my brother having Mega Man 6 after I had Mega Man X, but that just could be because that's when he got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
Man, the energy is so different when it's this late.
Oh yeah, we're recording super late. Just so everybody knows, we usually record like either like early afternoon or like right after dinner. It's like fucking 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Right after fucking time change. So
yeah.
it's
we're cooked.
It really feels like 9, which doesn't help our point, but be that as it may.
Time change I've never even like I don't notice a time change except for the fact that it messes with my clocks and makes me angry. Like the time thing doesn't mess me up at all. I'm just like, oh, it stays lighter till later. I like that.
The time thing. You mean like the span of time of 100 years or something after Mega Man became Mega Man X? I don't fucking know what I was trying to do there.
I see it, but the execution wasn't great. But I love the idea.
Yeah, Mega Man, because it's like Mega Man, and then like I think it's 100 years later or 1,000 years later. I don't know. But Mega Man is in a fucking capsule and gets found. The Mega Man X storyline is actually super fucking complicated. Like, I didn't actually know how complicated it was because I never really got that deep into looking into the lore. But, like, Zero was basically supposed to be, like, the hero, and Mega Man showed him up, I guess. I think. Or Zero was, like, a bad guy or something. Fuck, I forgot. It's been like a month since I looked this shit up.
Yeah,
I just remember the lore was thick, and I just thought it was like, well, we found Mega Man. Oh, here's Zero. He's already fighting bad robots. Help Zero fight bad robots. And I started reading it, and I was like, okay, so like fucking Zero was like a bad guy and then turned into a good guy, and he was like the first bad guy, and then like Sigma, who's like the main bad guy in this game, was actually like fucking, I don't know. And then there's like a computer virus that's actually some sort of virus. Yeah, it's a fun fucking lore dump that they throw on you. I don't even know where this story is found because it's not found in game.
It's probably in the manual, which I did look at for like 2 seconds. I didn't use the manual nearly as much as I had to for the last game.
Because, I mean, you played Mega Man, so it's pretty self-explanatory about what's going on here.
When we get into it, you're going to...
I have. I'm gonna wait till we get into it, but you'll see. All right,
well, we'll talk some more about this. So, like I said, the premise of the game. Okay, so it's 21XX, and Dr. Light, the original guy who created Mega Man, he creates X, right? And it's discovered like hundreds of years later, I think, by Dr. Kane in like these crumpled remains of Dr. Light's laboratory, and then they find X, and that's where the story loses me. I tried to break it down again, but I lost the lore in my head because it was like
it sounds very convoluted. I didn't read it.
It's like Kane fucking takes X design and uses that to make the new robot species called Reploids. And then because they like mimic humans, I guess that's why they're called Reploids, because they like mimic humans, except for they're all like animals. So I don't know what that's all about. And then they go haywire. Yeah. And then Sigma,
when platformers were willing to put nuance in their stories.
So the guy Sigma, right? The guy that we fight at the very end of this game, he was the very first guy who like hunted the Mavericks, because the Reploids that became bad were called Mavericks for whatever reason. And Sigma was the first of the Maverick hunters, right? And I think Zero was like the leader of the Mavericks. So Sigma defeats Zero, and then Zero becomes a fucking hunter of Reploids. And then at some point, Zero becomes good, Sigma becomes evil, and fucking Mega Man X is in there somewhere in the loop that gets discovered, and it's just like, I'm here to save the day, I guess, because there's. But which brings to question, had Mega Man never got discovered, then all of this end of humanity apocalyptic bullshit would have never happened. So, I mean,
is this kind of directly Mega Man's fault?
Like, I'm just saying.
That's kind of, that feels like not victim blaming. What's it called?
It's called he's the one that started this shit. Fix it.
But it's not like,
it's not necessarily his fault, because it's really Dr. Light's fault from the original Mega Man game. It seems like a lot of that shit has to do with the original Mega Man game, of like him kind of being like a what is it, like the absent-minded professor kind of guy.
Yeah,
like he builds all these things and does kind of stupid shit, and then he builds things like that could very obviously go haywire and go wrong, and he's like, I don't know. And then he fucks over his like best friend and pisses him off, and then he becomes an evil guy, and I'm not even sure what Wily's end game fucking thing was. I just know we were supposed to defeat him. Like, he turned the robots evil, but it seems like the evil robots like were just being like evil to other robots. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I just confused myself. It's late.
Yeah,
the lore of Mega Man X, and it's and then it goes into like the Mega Man X Zero series or whatever. Yeah. So anyway, that's Mega Man X. So what you do is you jump into the role of Mega Man. You fucking pick one of like 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it, like 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 levels. And then, each level you go through, you fight a fucking monster, not a monster. You fight a mechanical, even though it's supposed to be a Reploid human, it's like a fucking animal robot. And then you get a power up. And somewhere in some of those levels, you get extra power ups. Just like, it's literally the Mega Man formula, but done with like bigger graphics and better shit and cooler fucking.
We'll talk about that.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about it. Fuck, I'm done blathering on and probably getting half the lore wrong. So let's talk about this game known as Mega Man X, or as never mind.
Yeah, I was about to say, I actually wasn't going to say, I was just going to let you ruin that for yourself again. But,
so Mega Man X, tell me how awesome you think this game is. And then I'll sit here and listen while you tell me how awesome you think this game is.
Yeah, how absolutely unmatched awesome this game is. This has got to be one of my favorite games. No, so I'm gonna be honest. I get started. And remember when we played the first Mega Man game? And I didn't realize that you could actually I thought the abilities just happened. I didn't think you could go out of your way to use them.
Oh no.
I once again completely forgot that I had that same exact fiasco in the first game and spent over half of the game now realizing I could use my power-ups. So I was wondering why I kept getting bodied so damn hard. I'm like, dude, why am I losing so bad?
Wow. Why wouldn't you look up a FAQ or something, dude? And the first time it said, use so-and-so's weapon, you'd be like, oh, I can use so-and-so's weapon?
Well, because I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, it just does that automatically, I'm sure, right? I was like, I'm sure that's not player input required, right? Because I'm still thinking NES. We've done a lot of NES, so
yeah, but that was you had to do it. Listen, I think I have done you a disservice by not making you play like Mega Man 3 and 4 to make you understand how Mega Man works.
I'm good because I played Mega Man 1 and I understand it.
We played Mega Man 2.
Oh, well, I played Mega Man 2. I understand it now, but I was struggling, man.
And now you played Mega Man X, also known as Mega Man 10.
Thank God.
It's not Mega Man 10.
You're right. I mean, well, I guess if theoretically you could call it Mega Man 10 because X means 10, but
it's also not Mega Man 10. It's Mega Man X because X is his name.
I think it'd be. I don't know what I'm
okay, so weapon selection issues aside, what do you think about the game, man? Come on. I'm doing it. This is one of my favorite games of all time. I'm willing to hear you tell me how right I am by this being one of my favorite games of all time.
So you know how the original Mega Man game, right? It wasn't super zoomed in. It was a little further out.
Kind of.
It wasn't you weren't looking at as closely at Mega Man in Mega Man 2 as you are in this one.
I mean, it's kind of more zoomed in, but not a whole lot.
Well, it felt a whole lot to me.
Listen, I played Mega Man Extreme, which is the Mega Man X remake on the Game Boy, which is zoomed in basically to the point that you can see 5 pixels in front of you. So this is not zoomed in, sir.
Well, I like less being able to see every tiny minute detail about a character and more being able to see everything around me. Maybe
I don't know, man. I'm not going to say you're wrong in your opinion because it's your opinion, obviously, but I don't feel in any way like the sprites are too big for the screen in this game. I think in this game, they mitigate that very much by making the sprites. I mean, it's bigger, obviously, than the original Mega Man series, but I don't feel that. There's a lot of room that they use on the screen. I'm
definitely not going to say that he takes up the entire screen, right? I mean, he does in the first thing. He's way bigger in the first little cutscene fight thing. It's not a cutscene, but it plays like a cutscene. I feel like he's a lot bigger in that than he is for the rest of the game, but that's besides the point.
What, the one where he fights that guy? What's his name? Spike or something? No, it's not his name at all. Something
I don't know the name of it, but then you that's when you
Vile. His name's Vile. Dude. Vile, and he's a recurring character in the X series, I think.
Yeah, but then you meet the red dude who's you're not strong enough yet, right? Or I don't remember what he either says you're not strong enough yet, or he says I underestimated you. I know it's one of the two, but I don't remember which one it is.
Either way, he fucks you up until Zero shows up.
Yeah, and then Zero saves you, and then I don't know. I feel like it's not that the character's too big per se. For the screen, I feel like he's too big for the environment.
Oh no, man! Come on.
I know. Oh no. Okay, it's right. In the first game, it felt a lot easier to maneuver, especially in those boss areas, right? Because it was a lot easier to get yourself into those corners and keep yourself there. But your character's quite a bit taller in this game, right?
Yeah, but I think they don't. Man, I don't see it. I mean, like I said, it's your opinion. I can't say your opinion is wrong. You feel how you feel, but I don't think that's the case.
And I'm not even necessarily saying this is a super bad thing. I'm just saying like this is like one of the first things that I noticed that like put me off, right? Because I went straight from Mega Man 2 to this one, right? So like it's not inherently bad, but it's just like he's so much taller in this game, I feel like. Right? I guess not so much taller, but he's a reasonable amount taller. Right? So like it's like it's harder to like put yourself in those corners like you could in the first game, right? Especially during the boss fights and like, you know, maybe that's like because it's trying to deter you from doing something like that. But I think right, it just felt like it kind of changed like the way it plays. And you're playing as the same dude, so you think like, oh, this should play the same. It doesn't. But I don't
know. I'm looking at a side-by-side comparison of the sprites, and it's not very much bigger.
I feel like, okay, I didn't look at a side-by-side, but I feel like looking at it, just like going into it, it looked like he was
I mean, it is bigger, but I mean, it's not like
it feels like his sprite just like was just bigger enough that it felt like it made it feel a little bit more awkward, right? Because it's harder to dodge like certain things and stuff than it was in the first game. Because it feels like a lot of the bosses in this game were taken from not the first game, the second game, right? It feels like a lot of the bosses in this game, especially maybe all of the bosses are like this in all the Mega Man games because I've only played these two.
Well, yeah, they kind of go through certain kind of stuff. There's like the fire fucking boss, the ice boss, you know, the forest themed boss usually, and like it's a
lot of them felt very similar to like the second game. So like, you know, maybe it's just because
welcome to the world of Mega Man, right? Where they all feel similar to the one that came before it.
Yeah, so like maybe that's like where I'm getting at it, because it's like it felt like I was fighting the same bosses, but now they're like, you know, the mechanics have changed a little bit, so now it feels weirder to like fight these same bosses. Maybe that's where it comes from, right? Because there's definitely a mechanic change. Like
but they give you so much more like movement, like ability. Like there's so much more freedom of movement.
When I say there's a mechanic change like that, I was getting there. Like that's a good thing. In the case of this game, it's a good thing. In a lot of games, when I say there's a mechanic change, right, in a sequel, it's generally bad. In this game, it's good. Maybe that's just like it's inherently better because it plays on the SNES and not the NES. Who knows? Right? I'm not gonna get to the technical aspect of it right now, but this game plays better than the NES version. But considering the only version I've ever played before now, because I've never played a modern Mega Man game, right? As I said in the first time, I've never touched the Mega Man series up until when we played Mega Man 2. So it feels weird going from that like type of 2D platforming where it's like a little bit more stiff, a little bit more like, you know, a little bit more NES era platforming.
Yeah.
To trying to play this one, especially when you have like, even if it's such a minute difference, the added complication of the character being a little bit larger in scale and the fights feeling almost taken from the other game, right? It just creates enough of a difference that in my mind, it's like, this feels wrong. I like it, but it feels weird. I don't know, right? It's like the differences are so small, it's almost hard to place your finger on it, but they're just there enough to where it's like, this is different.
Okay. So you think it feels weird, even with all the upgrades to the freedom of movement, like the ability to grab onto walls.
I love it.
Dashing, jump dash.
It's so weird.
You got so much more freedom of movement and ability to maneuver around the screen. Like you can get around the screen so much more.
Yeah. And I do like, and as I said, I'm not dogging on it. I love the mechanics in this game more than I did in the second one. It's just such a weird jump. I haven't played any of the Mega Man games between the second game and this one. I don't know if
they're all. I mean, they all basically play the same, except for they'll add certain mechanics. Except for Mega Man 6, which gave you like a suit that you put on and like jetpack and shit.
Yeah, but like I'm sure like if you play them in order, there's probably a little bit more. It's not going to be perfectly smooth because once again, it's console switching. So obviously, inherently, especially like nowadays, not necessarily, but especially back then when you switch from something like the NES to SNES, that was such a major upgrade back then that obviously things are just going to be different. but I'm sure that the like progression was a little bit more smooth for like people who played through the entire series, -6, of course. Right. It probably the like transition felt a little bit more natural for people who actually played through the series.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
Right. Like I'm being dropped from the second game to Mega Man X. So it's like, it's not my Mega Man in my mind, right? It's like that. I like it, but it's not my Mega Man.
You're telling me of the two camps, Mega Man 2 is your Mega Man.
I don't know. I think I just like, I like this one more than Mega Man 2, like now, especially like now that I've beaten it. But in the stages of where I was like trying to learn this game, like to the point where I learned the Mega Man 2, yeah, Mega Man 2 I liked more because I was just used to it. But as I got used to obviously the mechanics in this game is smooth, right? The mechanics are smooth. The graphics are smooth, and it never puts too many sprites on the screen at once, right? Like it knows how to limit itself so that it never like, I'm sure even on SNES hardware, this game probably still played like the dream it played on my laptop.
Oh yeah, right? It's super responsive. It's it's not choppy at all. It doesn't drop frames really. I don't remember it. If it does, it's so minute to the point where it never stuck out of my mind. Like this was always one of those games like I would always test out emulators. Like, well, let's see how good it plays Mega Man. Let's see what it can handle when I charge up the Buster and there's a bunch of enemies on screen and I got this going and that going. It might slow down a little bit, but it'll be not enough to I'm really gonna notice.
Yeah, like this game, like even if you play with your emulator with no like sprite limiting, this game just knows. This game limits itself. It's never going to drop in frames, even on like original hardware, I'm sure. And if it does, once again, as you said, it's going to be so minute. It plays so smooth. I didn't have this game on SNES when I had an SNES, right? I never played it. I'm not sure, right? But that's what I'm assuming. Because I've also played other games on the emulators that I did play on the original SNES that definitely had frame drops, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. Right, and playing on my laptop, it felt so much smoother because my laptop's stronger than a original, especially because the SNES I had was a launch SNES, so like stronger than a launch SNES. My laptop is, I'd hope, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I know that you can feel the difference if you know the difference. Like, I'm sure this game was so good, and I like. Part of me honestly wishes I had my SNES and I could play this on original hardware because it sounds amazing.
Yes.
But then again, you have the way I play platformers on an emulator versus the way I play them on a original console. When I play a platform on an emulator, I don't let myself lose all the lives because I don't want to restart. That's just, call me a cheater, call me whatever, especially on like, I don't know. I never completely lost in this game because, as I said, if I die, I'll generally just go back to the start of the level, right? I'll rewind, right? Call me a cheater, whatever. I don't know if you die in this game, like if you have a certain amount of lives and if you lose them all, that you like have to restart completely. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's got a password system, and I mean you can use it, but
yeah, there's always a password system too, right? So like even then, I'm sure in this game the consequences of game over aren't that bad. So
nah, not really.
Yeah, right. But like on original hardware, right? Because sometimes if I make a tiny mistake that's just like it's a frame jump, right, and I missed it by a frame, I will rewind and I'll jump like a frame earlier, right? Like if it's such a minute thing where it's so stupid that I lost, like I don't like using rewind for small inconveniences, right? But if it's such a minute thing, like I'm off on a jump by a frame or a pixel, I'm gonna go back and fix it, dog. You can't do that on original hardware. So that's why I don't play a lot of that's why I don't I'm always like, oh, I'd love to play this on original hardware in my mind. And then I'm like, no, because then I couldn't do all the quality of life things I can do on the emulator. But, yeah, this game though, honestly, I still think it even playing with the how a normal person would play it, I think it would still be fun and it would still play like a dream on original hardware.
Oh, it's so fun on original hardware. I mean, it's just a fun game.
Yeah, right? And as I said, once again, I was thrown off when I played Mega Man 2, from Mega Man 2 to this game. But getting into this game just played so much better. I liked it more. I can't say, honestly, the mechanics of the bosses, I liked the Mega Man 2 bosses just a little more.
Yeah, I've never really been a fan of the actual style of the bosses because they carry the animal like style throughout the whole rest of like, well, at least I know through the Super Nintendo trilogy, like all the fucking bosses are like an animal that's themed after like an element or some shit like that. Like, I always sticks in my head what I always thought was the stupidest one was this like a fire giraffe or something in the second game, or maybe the third game, or maybe it's not a giraffe, but it's something that's a fire animal, but it's like two things that don't go together. Like, why is that? Why is it like a fire mastodon? What the fuck?
Yeah,
like, that don't make sense. I mean, it's funny and it's fucking cool, and I love the design, but it's dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I love the enemies in this game, but I never really liked the animal aesthetic. I always liked the like man aesthetic from like
the original Mega Man.
The original, because it was like something man, something this man, and in this one it's like something an animal, you know, which makes it even weirder that they're supposed to be Reploids, which are supposed to replicate humans. It seems like the original ones were Reploids, and these are like some other kind of Reploid that's like a rep animal or something.
Anmoids. Replimals.
Danimals?
Dude, those are fire.
Yes. I wish the designs were just like a little bit. Not better, because I think the designs are fucking awesome. Yeah, the designs, like the design of everything in this game is fucking amazing. I think the way everything looks,
everything looks really good. But as I agree with you on like the whole animal aesthetic, I like the man aesthetic more.
Yeah, I was always more of the, you know, the different man, because but I think they just wore it out so much, because by the time you got to like the later games, you had shit like Tomahawk Man and fucking what was the one, like Nightman or something. like look up the bosses for Mega Man 6. Like Mega Man
sounds like it was a big product of the time racism.
Well,
Tomahawk Nightman.
No, they just kept like making like so many things. I think they even started getting to the point where they would have like contests where you could like name the enemies in Mega Man like 5 or maybe 6, and like actual like people just like won the contest. I think 2 of the bosses from one of those games, I think it might be 6, is like these random designs that like some fucking person just thought of. Because they've been running out of ideas. I mean, shit, they had, even by 3, they had like Top Man and Snake Man, which, don't get me wrong, Top Man and Snake Man from Mega Man 3 are fucking some of my favorite Mega Man bosses. Top Man sucks as a boss, but I think he looks fucking cool. And Snake Man has like the coolest boss battle in all the Mega Man games. Like, his stage is like a big mechanical snake that you're fighting on. It's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Mega Man X. The aesthetic is I love the way everything looks. I especially like Mega Man as you power him up and you slowly turn him from Mega Man into Mega Man X, basically.
I was so sad when I realized that I didn't collect all of the like upgrades.
Oh, you didn't? Which ones did you get?
I got one. I got the one at the Chili Penguin.
Oh, that's like the most like basic one, so you can dash and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, but you didn't get the armor. The armor just basically makes it so you take less damage.
Yeah, it's kind of basic.
The head thing makes it so you can break certain blocks, and then the Buster upgrade lets you triple charge your shot and then charge up enemy weapons, which wouldn't matter for you because you didn't know how to get to the enemy weapon part.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another one of the mechanics I loved in this game, where they gave you the ability to triple charge and charge up enemy blasts. But then again, we can't really talk about that because you don't know about that.
That's funny, yeah.
There is also another thing in this game that you definitely didn't get. But I don't know if you did. Do you know about the secret weapon in this game?
No. I saw something about it, but I was like, spoiler, so I didn't look.
So if it's really convoluted way to get this game. Like, and you had to do this on the original hardware. So what you do is you go to Armored Armadillo stage, right? And then you have to, I believe you have to get through the whole stage you have to have all your weapons and all your E-tanks. Like, you have to have everything.
Yeah.
And you have to have them all filled, and you have to have all your E-tanks filled, everything filled, health completely filled, and you have to get through the level without getting hit like 3 times or something. Or you have to get through it at a certain I forgot. And either way, you had to go through that level through some hard conditions 3 times, right? And on the 3rd time, when you're going over that like minecart thing that goes over that ramp that takes you to the boss door.
Yeah.
On the 3rd time, when you're going over that, when you get to the very top of the jump on the thing, you jump off of that minecart, and on the top thing there's like another one of those Dr. Light capsules. And he gives you the ability to do Ryu's Hadouken from Street Fighter.
Wait, you're kidding me?
Nope. And you actually do it by doing the Hadouken like fucking motions on your controller.
Down, left,
down forward like fire. Like down forward fire, and you'll shoot and you'll throw a Hadouken. And that Hadouken will fucking kill anything in one hit. Every boss, last boss, anything. You hit him with a Hadouken, it's done.
Dude, that's fire. I was like, I should replay and get that now.
Dude, it was fucking cool. In the second game,
but I'm not gonna do that.
Dude, in the second game, you get the dragon uppercut.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's kind of dope.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking cool. I mean, it's super hard and convoluted to do it. Probably not on an emulator. It's probably not that hard, but like doing that shit on original hardware back in the day, like you had no save states. If you fucked it up, you had to start from scratch and tried to get 3 in a row on those same conditions.
Yeah. That's once again, that's my main thing. I'm like, I would love to play these games on main hardware, but it's like always like, especially things like that. It's like I would love to, but
Well, you can play them on pretty good. You know what? I think if I'm not wrong, they have the Mega Man collection on Game Pass.
Yeah, but once again, right? I don't want to play that on I don't want to play that without having my quality of life.
Well, I mean, you still get rewind and shit on the Mega Man X collection.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. How
you got on the Mega Man, like I got the Mega Man collection and the Mega Man X collection on PS4. You get save states and you get like rewind, and you even have like special like challenge levels and shit.
Dude,
it's actually pretty cool.
It's like what's it called? It's like Sonic Collections.
Basically, yeah. I went through the Mega Man collection, like the original Mega Man collection, like the first volume that has like the first, I don't know, 6 games on it, I think, or 5 games. And I was going through and like platinuming all those games. I think I got up to Mega Man 4 before I gave up because they just got hard.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm sure you probably like to get the trophies, you probably have to do it without rewinding and stuff, I'm sure.
No, I actually think those trophies I think you can't rewind. I think you can do something, I believe, where it was made it a little bit easier. There was some kind of one of the extra functionalities that made it easier that you could also use while you were doing that part.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at pictures of Mega Man X, and there's like this picture of Mega Man X like versus Street Fighter. I don't know what this is, but this looks fire.
Mega Man is in one of the Marvel vs. Capcom games.
No, it's like, but it like looks like it's like set up like the Mega Man like fight screen, right? Like with like Mega Man and then like the people surrounding him, right? But it's like Street Fighter's characters. There's Ryu, Blanca, Chun-Li, Sea Viper, Rose, Rolento, Dalsim, and Urien.
No idea. Probably some fan art. I don't think there's
No, it definitely is. It just.
Oh, I thought you meant it was like a screenshot of like an actual thing, and I was like, oh, I that sounds cool.
No, it looks cool, but it's definitely fan art. You can tell too, because like it just doesn't look like art from either of the actual games.
What do you think about Mega Man X's design compared to the original Mega Man?
What do I think about it?
Yeah.
Design wise, ignoring what like I talked about like earlier.
Well, I don't mean like design wise as far as like the sprite goes. I mean just as far as like how he looks compared to the original one.
No, yeah, I know. Like ignoring like the idea that I talked about earlier, like the actual sprites itself. I like the design more, obviously, right?
Well, no, I don't. It's not obvious because I actually, even though I think the Mega Man X design is cool, I think the original Mega Man design is cooler. I like the more simplistic. Okay, I like the more simplistic Mega Man design, and I don't know. And then they keep adding more to it. Like if you get to Mega Man X2 and then Mega Man X3, like his fucking costume gets even more and more, and he gets like bigger shoulder pads, and he gets like another thing on his forehead that looks like a fucking, like, I don't know, big old eyebrows or fucking a Beetleborg thing or something.
Yeah. See, like the thing is, like that's so like. Some games manage to pull off like the progression from like game to game, right? Like Sonic does a great job of like the sprites getting more complicated with each game,
but they don't really make the sprites more. They might make them more detailed, but they don't make them more complicated. They don't keep adding more accessories onto Sonic. Yeah, they don't add more
accessories, but like if you look at Sonic 1 versus like Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like there's a lot more complication in the design. Sonic 1, like
it's the same design. It's just more detailed to the design.
Yeah, but there's like, and I'm not going to get into the nuances of Sonic right now because we're talking about Mega Man, but like they put like more effort, like there's more frames for each animation and like.
Well, yeah, like I said, they just detailed it. They fleshed it out, but it had the same design. Like they didn't change how he looked. Well, they didn't give him.
They're straight up changing the design in Mega Man X. I'm just talking about specifically making it more complicated with time because it's more complicated to animate a character that's fully.
I'm talking about that. Well, see, I'm not talking about the animation because there is also a game, Mega Man 7. Mega Man 7, which is not a Mega Man X game, is actually like an original Mega Man game that came out for the Super Nintendo after Mega Man X.
Yeah.
Like you got Mega Man X, then you got Mega Man 7, then you got Mega Man like X2, and Mega Man 7's like the original timeline, like the original like Mega Man.
Yeah.
And it's the sprite's the same size as a Mega Man X sprite, which actually in that game, I think that sprite's actually a little bit bigger because that's actually one of my gripes with Mega Man 7 is that the sprite is way too. I feel like that game. Like after we're done with this, go take 5 minutes and go fire up Mega Man 7. And then you'll appreciate how the sprite in Mega Man X looks. Because the Mega Man 7 sprite is fucking, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful Mega Man sprite. I mean, it's big. You can see a lot of detail in it. But it's a big sprite. But I like that design, that more simplistic. I don't know. Maybe that's my Mega Man. Just like you. Mega Man 2 Mega Man.
Mega Man X is my Mega Man, honestly. Mega Man 2 was just my Mega Man for the first like hour of me getting into Mega Man X. And once again, that's just because of the nuances of like game mechanics.
Plus, Mega Man X had like, or original Mega Man had like friends. This Mega Man has just like work buddies.
Yeah, he knows them.
They work together. They go do their stuff. They go home and do their own thing and don't usually talk outside of work.
Yeah, that's so funny. I'm like, I don't have a single work friend. Everybody that I even remotely like at my job, I talk to outside of work too, because they all go to school with me.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's different. You're a kid.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I still like, I'm in contact with them outside of work, even like outside of school, right? Like, I'll just send them funny videos. I'm sure Mega Man doesn't send his buddies funny videos.
You'd be surprised.
Oh.
Mega Man and his buddies, and I don't think he has any buddies. I don't know. I always get confused if
X doesn't have buddies.
I was always like, do these robots, since they're like Reploids, are kind of humans, do they eat, you think? Or do you think they just have power pellets type deal?
See, I'm thinking like Detroit Become Human, like kind of like they don't have to eat, but like they can, right? Like they're fully self-sufficient, but they can eat and it gives them a little bit more energy.
So, okay. If they can, I like that.
Yeah. Right. Speaking of Detroit Become Human, I love that game so much. Now speaking of Mega Man again, yeah. I'm sure like they're probably self-sufficient, right? I mean, I'm sure they didn't think about that when they were developing the game, but like it would make sense that they're self-sufficient, especially if that's a thing you can build. Why wouldn't you?
This game is so fun. I'm just looking at like screenshots of the game, and I'm just like, oh, that's cool. Like, I love the design of Wily's, like, that's not even Wily's castle. What am I talking about? Sigma's like little area.
Yeah, the Sigma.
And I think that's another thing. I always thought fucking Sigma, the last guy in the game, I always thought he was fucking probably the coolest fucking boss in all of the Mega Man games. Like, really? He comes at you, pulls out a fucking lightsaber, and then his head starts coming at you. I mean, he's kind of a cheesy boss to beat. Like, he's not really hard. I think he is fucking cool.
But design-wise, he's definitely pretty cool.
Like, design-wise, that dude is fucking cool with his lightsaber. Like, when he pulled out a lightsaber, and I was like, oh shit, check him out. And then, but like, Zero has a lightsaber too, but I think Zero's lightsaber is kind of
not as cool.
Whack. Like, when I was a kid, when I was like, well, younger than you, when I was like your brother's age, and I first played this game, like, I thought fucking Zero was the shit. Like, that's why I never really latched on to this Mega Man design to be like this, because I was playing Mega Man, but I was always like, Zero's the shit. He's got the fucking laser sword, he's got the hair, he looks fucking cool. And nowadays I'm like, Zero's kind of fucking lame, because they actually let you eventually play as Zero in like Mega Man 3, and he's not, I mean, he has his own things. Some people like him, but not my cup of tea.
I think also there's a big thing in like characters when you're not playing as them are a lot stronger than when you are, because they, like, if they give a character, let's say you have a character who's like the strongest, like strong warrior, can't be beaten, and then now you have to play a game as him. Well, it wouldn't be fun if you play a game as a warrior who just genuinely can't be beaten. So like sometimes they have to nerf it a little bit to make like the playing experience a little bit more like entertaining. Maybe not more fun, quote unquote, but more entertaining. And
well, Zero can be beaten. Like, Zero doesn't even fucking save the day. Mega Man does.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Zero is that can't be beaten. Where I'm just saying, like, sometimes, like, if a character is super like strong, is a lot stronger than like you want a protagonist to be, sometimes you kind of have to nerf him a bit so that like it plays like it doesn't play just like a cheap like kids game. Right, because like the easier a game is, the more it feels like a kid's game. Because like, right, like it feels like a 2-year-old can beat this game. Why would I want to play?
Well, no, I don't think they nerfed him. I mean, he seems like when you play him in, I think 3, he seems like he still does the same things and is just as strong. He just plays differently in a way that I didn't enjoy. Yeah, he's more like, you got to get up close to people and you got to.
Yeah, and I haven't played. I'm not saying because I haven't played X3, right? But like, I'm just saying, I could see if he was really strong and then they had to nerf him, I could see why. Especially as like, I'm working on 2 games right now, and there's characters that you can like switch between, and like they're pretty strong when you're not playing as them, and they kind of have to be a little weaker when you play as them.
Okay. So Mega Man, yeah, we've rambled on about this game. We haven't even talked about the game. There's so much shit we haven't even talked about. I mean, the fucking levels are fucking cool. The fucking soundtrack is fucking. You got motherfucking Chill Penguin.
And then the Armadillo dude, Armadillo, like, if you ignore like how much I struggled, the Armadillo dude is my favorite boss. Like,
really? That's your favorite boss? My favorite boss is what is it? Spark Mandrill. Really? The guy looks like a big old buff fucking lion or some weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like his design. I think he's cool as shit. I hate his fucking level, but I like his design.
I like design wise, I think the coolest design is probably Buff Mandrill. But like gameplay wise, I think the best boss fight is Armadillo, because like if you're really paying attention, you can really memorize that pattern, right? It's really fun to like beat him. Because like, especially as I said, I didn't realize that I could use the upgrades I was getting, so it took me forever to beat him. So like learning that pattern of like which way he goes and like, you know, how to like trick him into like taking more damage because he'll like be like get up quicker and like stuff, like learning that because of how long it took me to beat this dude was kind of fun, honestly. Annoying, but fun.
That's good. But yeah, anyway, we've rambled on, and
we always do this. We always like barely like even scratch the surface of the game.
I could probably talk for another hour about this game, but
I feel like the last game that we really got really in depth with, I guess Shadowrun, but before Shadowrun, I'd say Echo. Like probably is like the deepest we got into a game before Shadowrun.
Yeah, I got pretty deep into Echo. Echo got a lot deeper because I was gonna give up on it, and then I turned a corner and it became a whole other fucking game.
Dude, I know, man. I don't think we'll ever be able to like find a game that's like as big of a like turnaround as Echo for our that we'll play.
Right?
Neither of us were expecting that. Neither of us were expecting it to get so convoluted. It worked though. It's weird to think like a game like that can follow that plot and still work. I mean, you go into an alien ship for God's sake,
right? And it's fucking a dolphin. Echo.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. We don't get that deep on games anymore. I don't know what happened because we used to always get that deep, and then after Echo, we just can't get that deep anymore. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I heard it when I said it.
All right. So anyway, let's fucking put a bow on this game. Let's go ahead and give it a 16. So this game, Mega Man X for the Super Nintendo, a 16-bit game. Out of between from 15 to 16, what do you give this game?
Okay, you're funny. No, so on a scale of 16, I'd have to give this game a solid 14. No, I'm gonna have to give it a 13, honestly. And that's just because it's not my kind of platform. 13? That's just because it's not my kind of, like, I do love the game and I love everything it does for itself. It's just not my kind. Like, it's an action like platformer, right?
Yeah.
And it's not what I want from an action game or what I want from a platformer game. And I'm not big on the action platformer genre on its own. So, you know, I do appreciate what it does. And I do think it's a lot of fun, but it's just not what I'm looking for in like either of those genres. So especially not what I'm looking for when they're put together. Right. So it's just not like that best game for me. Right. I do like it. And I could not do it the disservice of anything lower than a 13. But because of my own personal biases on how I like my platformers and how I like my action games to play out, I can't give this game anything higher than a 14. And that really feels like really pushing the bar because it just doesn't play like a game that I could see myself getting that into, like beyond like the genuine enjoyment of a first playthrough and maybe a repeat playthrough later on.
So wait, you give it a 14 or a 13?
A 13. I could.
Damn.
I could see a world where it got a 14, but there's no world where it got higher than 14.
Okay. I guess you gave it a 13. I guess it is what it is. I give it a 15 because it's fucking Mega Man X. Don't know what this kid's all about giving it a fucking 13, but whatever.
It's not even that big of a difference.
It's like 2 whole points.
If we brought this back down to 18, then it would literally be a 1 point difference.
Bring him to 18.
No, 18. If we brought it back down to 8, it would be a 1 point difference.
Listen, sir.
And if you brought it to 4, it would be a half point distance. 2, it'd be a quarter point distance. And, you know, like.
Okay, we understand how numbers work, okay?
It's abysmally small.
That's what she said.
That's
that's not how that's supposed to work.
I mean, like she might have. I don't know. I wasn't there.
All right. Whatever. So we gave this fucking game our scores. You gave it your bullshit score, and I gave it my legitimate score of 15. So now we just gotta pick. We gotta pick another game to fucking play for next year.
I know, right? 2027. The next episode comes out.
Let's see. Let's kick it on the Super Nintendo thing. I think I know what game I want to play next.
It'll force me to not what you're.
It'll force me to set time aside to play.
I really hope you don't pick the one I'm thinking of because I'm not gonna.
Probably not what you're thinking of. I doubt you've ever even heard of this game, but I'm looking at that one or that one. I
was about to say F-Zero.
No. We're gonna play Secret of Mana.
Never heard of it, but it sounds fire.
It is fire. It is actually fucking fire. One of my favorites of all time.
Really? Oh, I'm excited. Yes. You always say that, and I always feel bad because you're always like, "Oh, this is one of my favorite games of all time," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's alright."
Yeah, you're probably gonna fucking hate it. You're probably gonna be like, "Oh, the ring inventory." I'm like, "No, it's cool. Try it out." No, it's.
I'm not gonna ask because I don't want spoilers. But okay,
it's awesome. It's awesome. It's pretty awesome. So yeah. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. So anyhow, we gotta do a little bit of saying goodbye stuff. You got anything to say when you saying goodbye? Telling people how to get a hold of you and your projects and whatnot.
Yeah, Teenage Prodigy movie. I'm gonna be swamped this summer, but until then, every Saturday, Sunday, I'm streaming. Saturdays, if I have drama, then I'm gonna stream earlier in the morning and only do a really short stream. Sundays, you can always catch me 12 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. I'll stream anywhere from 1 to 4 hours. And then Wednesdays, I'm starting to stream. The stream will start anywhere from 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time to 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, and I will be streaming 5M, which is GTA roleplays. And other than that, I'm too busy to do anything on YouTube right now. So if you're looking for YouTube stuff, my VODs get uploaded there like a day after they get streamed.
You just put something on YouTube last week.
Yeah, that was a VOD.
No, was it?
The only other video that I've released is the audition tutorial, and I'm not going to promote that here because the people who listen to the people I want to.
You're calling when you made a video specifically for YouTube, you still call it a VOD?
No, a VOD is like a repost of a stream.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I thought never mind. I didn't know those.
I released a video last week, but it wasn't.
I didn't know it was. I didn't know. I didn't realize that was a VOD that you posted. Sorry.
Oh yeah, if it has a date on it, it's probably a VOD.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
It'll be like whatever the name of the stream title was, and then it'll have a date, and it'll say VOD.
All right. Well, as for me, you can catch me here on RetroQuest. I may start streaming. Maybe not. I'm pretty fucking busy. You can find RetroQuest on all of your podcast aggregators. You can find us, on most of them. Spotify, Amazon, Google, iTunes. Please like us. Please subscribe us. Please give us motivation to keep doing this. Not that I really need it. That wasn't how it sounded. That sounded pathetic. So I'm just saying, someone show us that you like us. I mean, if you want us to talk about a game, give us a suggestion. If you think I'm stupid, tell me, and I'll be like, you're probably right. Anyhow, this has been RetroQuest. I've been Joystick Cowboy.
That's been Strategy. We've said Willkommen and bienvenue. Now it's time to say.
Now it's time to play that music.
I'll be saying goodbye.